I don't know if you could tell by this mountain of books, but we're doing a book haul. Hey guys, I'm back from my, I guess, quarterly book haul video. It's of course been a while as it goes with this thing called BookTube. But I was supposed to be in a book buying ban, but as you might have just seen, I guess it wasn't going that great. I really have been trying to control myself, so this is really just a collection over the past couple of months. So it's really not too bad. Okay? But I'm going to try and not really go in any particular order and just whatever's in front of me, that's what I'll do first. So, one of the things I got is The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula K. Le Guin. I just recently read The Dispossessed by Miss Le Guin, and I enjoyed it. It was good. It was definitely good. I didn't love it, so I kind of wanted to see what else she has to offer, and I felt like The Left Hand of Darkness was a bit more universally loved, so I decided to pick that up. Don't know anything about it at all. And I'll preface that with also saying that I've been on a really big sci-fi kick lately, believe it or not. I've really just been trying to find my groove with it, really find something that speaks to me. So yeah, that's where we're at there. And so speaking of sci-fi, I'm gonna go with some more sci-fi. So I got a little collection here. First is Hyperion by Dan Simmons. I'm actually like 40% into this right now. Picked it up, a couple weeks ago. It's been okay so far. Nothing crazy, but everyone loves this, so I picked it up. We'll say more later, but that was another sci-fi pick. And then I ended up finished this now, but Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? This was a solid one as well. Once again, nothing's really blowing me away with them. But nonetheless, worthwhile getting to some Philip K. Dick. So with that, I wanted to, kind of the same as Ursula, wanted to test the waters a bit more. So I ended up getting the 3 Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch. This is just what they had at the bookstore. There were a few other ones, I think like Ubik, that I feel like were a bit more loved, but I just didn't have that in my area. So I saw this one, picked it up. I only got like 10 pages in, so not really much to say here. And then the next little one I got is The End of Eternity by Isaac Asimov, which is of course the author of the huge series, the Foundation series. But I didn't really want to get into that. I just really, like I said, I've been into sci-fi lately, but I've been really into these like really quick and simple ones. And this was a novella that I saw on YouTube. Someone was recommending it and basically just said, it's a good tester to see if you like Isaac's style of writing. And it seemed interesting enough. This is really small, like I just said. It's probably like, 200 pages. So it'll really give me a good sense if I will like him. So yeah, I don't know anything about it. Blind. Yeah, I think that's all for my little sci-fi picks. We'll move on to this one, which is Crime and Punishment. So, yes, this is a classic. I think really mixed overall by a lot of people. I really don't know anything about it, but I heard some people on Instagram that really enjoyed it, so I thought I'd give it a try. I don't know when I'll get to it. Maybe when I'm just kind of in a mood to take a break from fantasy, sci-fi, and all that. But yeah, Crime and Punishment. Let's see what else we got in this big stack. So these next few I have are actually all from one person, someone I'm really close to on the Instagram space. She's absolutely amazing, and she got me all of these. So first we have The Black Tongue Thief by Christopher Buehlman. Don't know anything about it at all. I know people like it. It's really all I know. From what I understand, it may be similar to Kings of the Wild, which I just recently read, which was really fun. So if it's anything like that, maybe even hopefully a bit more deep, then I think I'll enjoy it. And then she got me a huge one of Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill. I really, really want to read this, but I'm currently making my way through Faithful and the Fallen by John Gwynne, which I heard this is very similar to. So I don't want to, read two series that are really similar and burn myself out somehow. But one day, I'm really excited. Mike on here, Mike's book reviews, really loves it, and I feel like if he loves it, then he's pretty seasoned, so it must be pretty amazing. And then she got me a huge one. This is The Age of Madness trilogy by, of course, Joe Abercrombie. This is his second trilogy after his first one, and then he has those standalones, and then these. And I think it's just kind of set in the future after First Law. I think it's pretty loved, and I'm looking forward to them. So really, really nice of her to get me this. I can't wait to eventually finish the standalones and make my way to these bad boys. And I know I said I was done with the little sci-fi books that I had, but I do have some big ones. I don't know if I properly explained how much I loved Dune, but I loved Dune. So I had to reward myself with the rest of these beautiful editions they have. So of course I got Dune Messiah and Children of Dune. I have read through Messiah at this point, and I think I'm maybe 50% into Children of Dune. Started really slowing down for me, so I decided to take a break of it before I kind of burn myself out completely. But I'm hoping to get back to it eventually. Either way, these are absolutely beautiful editions, and they're really not that crazy in price. But yeah, these were essential. I needed them. And then on to some more, something more up my alley, some fantasy picks. So as you can see here, this is The Fires of Vengeance by Evan Winter. This is after Rage of Dragons. This is the second one. I just recently read the first one, really, really enjoyed it. Absolutely burned through it. May do a review. Maybe. But yeah, I had to get right into the second one. And look how beautiful it is. Absolutely sick. And then I got from The Broken Binding, The Lies of La Lamora. Beautiful edition. Absolutely insane. And it has a gorgeous naked hardcover as well. I don't know too much about The Lies of La Lamora. I had tried listening to it on audio for a bit, but I can tell you one thing, it's definitely not meant for the gym. It just didn't work at all. It just it was really too slow, and I just really couldn't keep track of it all. But I'm looking forward to reading it again and trying the physical edition out. Hopefully it'll change some things for me, and it might be a little bit better with this absolutely beautiful edition. And then finally, to round out the fantasy haul, I finally got Lightbringer by Pierce Brown. I wish I had all the hardcovers, but when I had started collecting Red Rising, it was towards the beginning of it all, and I obviously didn't really think I didn't know if I'd love it that much. So I got all the paperbacks, and yeah, it was too late to go back and get the hardcovers. I'm kind of waiting for a big special edition drop to happen, and then I'll get them all. But yeah, they finally released Lightbringer on paperback. Had to get it, of course. I'm only on Dark Age right now. Iron Gold kind of took it out of me, if I'm being honest. But looking forward to getting back into it. eventually. Alright, we're going to end the haul off with a bit, some interesting ones, to say the least. These are history books, like real history books. I've always really liked history. I've always kind of been more of a watcher than anything. The usual guy stuff, I guess, Vikings, Roman history, stuff like that. But I never really thought I'd like to read about it. But there's this guy on TikTok who gives some really good recommendations, and I decided to just, give it a try. I got a gift card from my local bookstore, and I was like, okay, it's not my money, so it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, the first one I got is SPQR by Mary Beard. This is the Roman history, or the history of the ancient Rome, and I don't really. I think it's more like a beginner's book. Is kind of how I understand it. So I'm sure it's gonna be really digestible. Seems pretty easy to get into, and I'm looking forward to just checking it out. So that's the first one. Something I know a little bit about, Roman history. Everyone knows a little bit about that. But then I got this one, Philip and Alexander, Kings and Conquerors by Adrian Goldsworthy. I really don't know anything about Alexander the Great, but I saw this one, and I'm assuming it's going to be pretty action-packed, pretty awesome. I know he was, pretty well-known for his conquest, Alexander, so I think this will be a really interesting one that goes even beyond just history. I don't know anything about it, so really looking forward to learning something, I guess. And then I got the big one. This is historical fiction, I'm pretty sure, but this is Shogun by James Clavell. This is probably my most anticipated read in like months. I've been wanting it so bad. All they have nowadays, though, is this TV show streaming cover. Luckily, it is pretty nice. I would have much rather the older version, but yeah, I've heard a lot of people love this, and the same person who got me those books earlier really loves this as well. She says it's amazing, so it made me want to pick it up even more. And I'm looking forward to it so much. So yeah, that's the end of the haul. That's everything. I had a little bit of everything. That's really what I'm looking for nowadays. It's not just straight fantasy anymore. I feel like I'm trying to really diversify myself, and even if I'm not completely loving it, which is of course, that's the goal, is to love what you're reading. But I've just been in the mood to kind of challenge myself. Hence, kind of some of the sci-fi picks, because they're more philosophical about human nature, and I kind of enjoy the challenge of it. And that really all started with Dune. It just really paved the way for me to enjoy sci-fi a bit more, and for me not to just quit when something's a little bit difficult to understand. But yeah, that was my book haul. Pretty big one. Hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know if you love any of these, and I'll see y'all next time.